like you lost another one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Revival Podcast. I am your humble host, Mr. Cyber Yeti, Mr. Here for the Petty. And over here to the other side of me is Mr. Notorious approved, Mr. DJ Notorious. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing good tonight. It's a good night here in New York, and it's a good night to talk about some wrestling too. So,
yes,
let's
sir,
do it.
most certainly is. Real quick, just so we can take care of a bill here. We would like to thank our sponsor, continuing their sponsorship through season 1 into season 2, Ulti Energy. Make sure you go to their website, ultisubs.com, and use our discount code Revival Army for 10% off your purchase. Get yourself a nice looking shaker, get yourself a good flavor. Right now, the flavor that I'm on right now is that orange creamsicle. That is probably one of my favorites by far.
He's still on the orange, y'all. He is still on the orange. Last week it was the orange scissors. Now it's the orange sickle flavor.
Hey, I'm always on that, and that's the only orange that I'm on. Okay, only orange, only.
Damn right. Damn right.
But like I said, please go to ultisubs.com, pick yourself up some new merch, and make sure to use that discount code Revival Army and save yourself some money, and also help the podcast out at the same time. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yes,
so
greatly.
We've had a very interesting week so far.
Very interesting week. Yes, we're going to be talking about Dynamite a little bit later on. We're also going to be bringing a few people to the front of the congregation because I need to have a word with them. Letting y'all know the Reverend is not in the building tonight. It's just going to be yours truly, DJ. But there's a few people in the past 24 hours that need to come to the front of the congregation. I need to have a word with them. One is a legend, and one is a legend because of his father. I'll just leave it at that. Definitely going to be good, but later on in the show. But let's get started with what everybody's talking about, because I don't know about you, but my DMs were ringing for like the past 72 hours with all this stuff coming out, Cyber. What about you?
Man, you know what? Let me just tell you like this. My follower count has jumped up because of this situation, because the first thing they want to know is what the Yankee and the Astro have to say about these new ratings that just dropped for some of these wrestlers in the new WWE 2K24. And I've got to tell you, oh my God, what are they thinking with some of these ratings?
2K usually gets this right. You know, they're famous for the NBA 2K franchise. They get those right pretty much 99% of the time. But I guess when you don't have certain people watching over it, bad things can happen with some of these ratings.
The inmates run the asylum.
Yeah, definitely the inmates around the asylum. There's no warden around at all.
So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's go ahead and jump into the 2K24 ratings. And some of y'all are going to be a little surprised, others not so much. First off, the ones we're not really surprised about: Cody Rhodes, Gunther. Cody Rhodes with a 93, Gunther with a 90. That's about right. Drew McIntyre, 89. Kind of agree with that. Johnny Gargano at a 74. I honestly think he should have been lower. Then we have Jimmy and Jay. Jimmy at an 84, Jay at a 90, Solo 86. And the rest of these, Alpha Academy doesn't surprise me. They're kind of sitting where they should be.
Yes.
But this one right here, freaking Logan Paul sitting at a 90. 2K is literally gifting him a 90. Now, don't get me wrong. He has done quite a few things this past year that were impressive, especially beating Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. I think that was the big cherry on top for him for last year.
Yep.
But the problem I have with it is that does not warrant him to be 90. That does not warrant him to be 90. I could see an 89 or maybe an 87. 87 being a little more realistic. But the way that some wrestlers were just flat out disrespected.
No, see, Cyber, you being too nice. We can't be too nice. We're not known for being nice. You're here for the
Ah,
petty. I am Mr. Notorious Approved. I will slap your favorite fan. I don't care. But let's tell the truth right here. Logan Paul should be nowhere near a 90. I don't even think he got a 90 in grade school. Okay, so why does he have a 90 in WWE 2K? Why? He
good
is
question.
3 points away from Cody Rhodes. Mr. 3 points away from him,
And 9 points away from Roman Reigns.
and a point better than Drew McIntyre. Make it make sense, 2K.
That don't make sense. This
Now,
shit don't make sense.
the only thing that can save them, Cyber, the only thing is that with the NBA 2K franchise, for people that may not know, 2K has their initial ratings, and then once the game is out and the season starts in the NBA, they do make changes throughout the year depending on how the player, in that sense, the NBA star player, plays during the season. I'm only hoping that there is an update day one to change some of these ratings and that they change periodically throughout the year. Now, such as Alpha Academy and Tazawa and all of that, they trash. We know they trash. It'll stay that way. But Logan Paul, honestly, I know you Logan Paul fans are going to kill me on social media, but I think he should be at 85, no more than an 86.
I agree. I'm telling you this right now. I 100% agree. When I first saw that shit with Logan Paul, this was automatically what I was saying.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no joke, man. Like, I understand he's a social media, superstar. He is someone that attracts a lot of eyes to the product. And I mean, the second he won the US title, he carried that thing everywhere with him. He had it on his podcast, multiple episodes. He was taking pictures with it. He even tried to recreate Shawn Michaels uh photo with the US title, which I'm sorry, but nah. I don't think anybody wants to touch that one. I think since everyone saw Paige with the old NXT women's title.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, but
That was a blurry video, by the way. That was a blurry.
and all I got to say is these Logan Paul fans that are like, no, he should get a 90.
I'm so sick of these people. Oh!
But you know something? This is the problem that I have with it. And it's the same thing when it came to the Super Bowl. Okay? So I'm going to give you just a little bit of the rant that's going to be for later on. See, the problem that we have here is that with this game, we have casuals and we have hardcore mixing together. You have the casual fan that wants to play a wrestling game, may not have liked the other one from the other company, and now is going to pick this up because they saw it on social media. They like a wrestler or two. It's WrestleMania season. So that's why they're going to pick it up. But then you have the diehards who play every single one. Known when WWF's account was with Acclaim back in the day with the Warzone. Okay? They go that far back.
Bring back Warzone, god damn it.
Right. So, wait a minute. I don't know about that. Acclaim is out of business, sir. But, it would be good. That's what the diehards want to see. They want to see everything true to life. And that's what 2K is. 2K is known for being the best graphically sports game maker there's out there in the free world. So when they mess up as bad as this, and you have diehards that are saying, no, Logan Paul shouldn't be this, we then have the infighting. Just like the Super Bowl, where you had the casuals and the ones who love Taylor Swift invading the NFL. So, same thing, but it's like, guys, come on. No way in the world Logan Paul should be at 90. Just think about it. Has Logan Paul ever held the WWE Undisputed World Championship or the regular World Heavyweight Championship?
No.
So then why in the world is he higher than Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens? Think about that.
Help me make it make sense. I'm sitting over here like this. I'm like, what?
That's exactly what it is.
But overall, for the most part, 2K really didn't miss that much. But when they missed bad.
No, it was air balls. It was
like
NBA All-Star Sunday bad.
It was about as bad as. Oh no, I'm not going to bring that up because I just heard that in space just a little while ago before we hopped in here. I'm not going to bring that up. I'm going to try to control some of the petty.
Be petty. Be petty. Push the button. Push the button.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Oh, it's about as bad as someone getting butthurt about using the same joke on him. But even though if we were to go worse, we'd probably make this man cry, make us be his 13th reason at the end.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. That's the petty I was looking for. There you go.
And then this person over there is doing this.
Oh man. Yeah, he's crying for a whole nother reason.
He's crying for a whole different reason. It's that damn chastity belt that's a bitch.
Jesus. You know what?
What's up?
Get your man.
All right.
You told me to be petty. Now I'm about to be petty as fuck.
Oh man, Jesus. I'm here for it. This is what we live for every single week here on the show. But guys, please let us know, how do you feel about WWE 2K24's ratings so far? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? If it's one wrestler, maybe more than that? Or are you tired of Logan Paul being at an overall 90 before the game even gets released in a couple of weeks? Yeah. Let us know on our social media. Of course, that is the Wrestling Revival Podcast on IG. On that X, that's right, Elon Musk still calls it X, so we call it X, at TWRP_official. And for you TikTokers, we got you covered too, at TWRP_official_. You can definitely check it out there and let us know how you feel about these 2K24 ratings. Because some of them, they got to change day one.
Yes, sir. Going over here to the comments is the one reason why we like doing our shows live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific Central Time. Why did I say Pacific? God damn, I need to get myself right. So we're looking at the comments here because that's a great thing about doing everything live. First, Antonio, evening, everyone. Good evening, man. Good seeing you. We got Mr. King. I'm supremely confident that Gunther will be World Heavyweight Champion in 2024. I could definitely see it, possibly, but you got to remember, we still got Damian Priest floating around in the back with that Money in the Bank briefcase. And to be honest, I think the reason why he hasn't cashed it in 100% yet is because Triple H is saving him as a fail-safe just in case Seth Rollins is hurt worse than what he's explaining.
We will know a lot about that after the Elimination Chamber. We will know
exactly
about that and see how it rolls with that. Of course, we'll be talking Elimination Chamber a little bit later on in the show. But yeah, I see Gunther being a champion 2024. I've seen it as early as SummerSlam this summer, him actually holding on to some gold other than that IC title. How long has it been now? 3,000 days he's been champion?
It feels like it.
He's taking on everybody. That's why.
And I can tell you this.
What it is.
A lot. This will probably piss some people off because especially people who are fans of these mid-carders, I can tell you this. His reign is better than what Chris Jericho's Intercontinental title reigns were.
Yes.
They're better than the Miz's, all of his Intercontinental title runs. It's better than that.
Absolutely.
And I could tell you this. There has not been a more dominant Intercontinental Champion since early Attitude Era.
Yeah. I
Tell
can
me
agree
I'm
with you
wrong.
with that. No, I can agree with you with that because let's think of some of these IC champions real quickly. And thank you, Aaron, for putting that out there. Let's think of them. We got the Honky Tonk Man, we got Mr. Perfect, we got the Ultimate Warrior, we have the Miz. Does any one of those beat Gunther right now?
And to add a couple more to that,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Stone Cold, we've got Triple H, we've got who else? Those are the main two for the late Attitude Era, early Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah. Does
And
he
I
beat
mean,
any of
also we
those?
had Edge. Edge was actually a pretty good Intercontinental Champion too, because that was the title they gave him before they pushed him to the World Heavyweight title picture.
Right.
So he had a pretty good reign too. So comparing it, oh, and yes, of course, The Rock when just after or during his time with Nation and Domination,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like the early time when he first joined till about midway, and then that's when they jumped him to the WWF title picture,
Right.
and he ended up winning that with them. So
Now,
go ahead.
don't get me wrong though. Like I know a lot of people will say with all those people that are there, Gunther probably loses to them in charisma or overall mic work. But there's a reason why they call him the Ring General because he has put on banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. He literally has just put on nonstop at every PLE that WWE has. He puts on a show that you remember. One of the 3 matches of the night you'll have in your top 3 would be a Gunther match.
Exactly. And going back to the comments here really quick, going back to Mr. King, Gunther has been champion for over 80% of his tenure in WWE. Yes, NXT UK, NXT, and main roster. Yes, that is correct. Again, I go back to that match. The one match that stands out to me more is the Dragunov versus Gunther match for the NXT UK title.
Oof.
That was by far the most intense match I have ever seen, because Dragunov is just as crazy as freaking Gunther is. And they will slap chop each other until they're bleeding just to get a reaction. So I mean, he's definitely a decorated champion in WWE already, and he hasn't even held a world championship yet.
And you
A
know
big
something?
title.
I just thought of something here, Cyber. You know how we're talking about who's going to be the next opponent for Gunther at WrestleMania for that Intercontinental title? Why do I smell it being an open challenge? And then Dragunov's music hits.
I told you. When did I tell you this? When did I tell you that?
It was just, I thought about it earlier today because, me and Cyber do talk in between the shows, prepping up for the week show. And we did speak about this. And I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? He's beating everybody. I can see him running a promo with that, Imperium in the ring, and says, I put an open challenge out to everybody in the back. Who can stop the Ring General? And then next thing you know, just like that, here comes Dragunov. And Dragunov actually is the one to knock Gunther off.
Yep, I can definitely see that. And also, Mr. King also brought up about us not forgetting The Rock. Of course, we can't forget him. I definitely have a bone to pick with him after last week, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Ooh, I was so close.
So close. We are so close to it. But first, before we can get to that, we need to actually talk about Monday Night Raw.
I know. Don't be shocked, everybody. Don't be shocked.
I'm shocked that those words actually came out of my mouth. The 3-hour snore fest actually kept me somewhat entertained. Somewhat entertained, but what it comes down to is 2, possibly 3 things. First off, we have got to look at the main event for Monday Night Raw, which of course was the Intercontinental title match between Gunther and Jey Uso. Now, just take a look. Just take a look at this.
Uso splash! 1, himself. This son of a... Oh, my God. Get him out of here.
Now, let's just, before we talk about what happened in the ring and what happened at ringside with Jimmy ringing the bell, who caught Michael Cole saying, "You son of a bitch"?
I did.
Like I said, and then how convenient that during the night's episode of Raw, we also saw people from Netflix in the front row behind the commentary team.
Yes. It's like they whispered to him, "You can say bitch." And
say it.
He ran with it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is something that like we wanted to see from WWE, because let's be honest, 3 hours of Raw is like watching paint dry in some segments. It just drags and drags, and then you look up and it's only 9 o'clock. So we get it. But that main event there was definitely something to see. Very good match. It really had that juicy. You thought Jay was going to pull it off, but unfortunately, as you just saw, he didn't. So then, Cyber, they must be asking, what happened after that?
Oh man, here we go. And again, we have another clip here for you.
Now Jimmy Uso into the ring and assaulting his own brother. For the second time, Jimmy Uso has cost Jay a singles title. Oh, at SummerSlam, it was the Undisputed Championship.
You thought you was gonna win without me. Go Uso. No matter how big you get, I'm always the big brother. Always.
Oh, jealous Jimmy. And tonight, it was the Intercontinental title. Somebody get this fool out of here. Where are the two? And now mocking his own brother and delivering the Uso splash.
So now the big question comes up, and we already know what the answer is to this. It looks like they have overturned their original decision, which was to have Jay win the Intercontinental title off of Gunther last night. Well, not last night, but Monday night.
Right.
And now they turned it to, we're going to have this brother versus brother match at WrestleMania.
And this is something I knew was going to happen. This was like the plan A all along, or kind of honestly the fail-safe plan. If something else did not work out or they just didn't feel it was right, they would move to this. Now, first off, I love how they keep saying Jimmy, just wants everything. It reminds me of the Dreamgirls movie. Jimmy want more, Jimmy want more, Jimmy want more. Because that's exactly what it is. Jimmy want more. Jimmy wants that spotlight. Jimmy is tired of being across with the bloodline or whatever, distant cousin or whatever. But we got to admit this, man. That match is going to be good at WrestleMania. Brother versus brother. Would have been good, WWE, to have with the title on there. But that's just me.
I think
it would have been better.
Hear me out on this. I think the reason why they decided to not have the title mixed up with it is because the match just on its own has enough merit to be able to carry without a title involved. But also the other thing I had in mind as well is if Jimmy would have beaten Gunther, he would have gotten a rematch at WrestleMania. And I think that's the reason why they decided not to have him lose that night and have Jimmy interfere so they could do the brother versus brother match.
Well, I gotta say this is going to need some type of specialty match attached to it, because it's just a regular one-on-one battle. It doesn't sing for me. It doesn't warm my heart like hot cocoa.
The only other thing I can think of is Rikishi's involved.
He could be the special referee, but then the only thing else I was thinking of, weren't the Usos a part of that Uso penitentiary?
Yeah.
So
do a modified version of the Punjabi prison match.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Now
do that.
Now that match actually sells.
All right. So going back to the comments here really quick.
Got Antonio's there first.
What? Agree or disagree, your choice. If Jimmy didn't interfere with the Intercontinental title match, we would have a new champion. That was the original plan before they decided to pivot on it and go with the brother versus brother match. Aaron King. So if Dragunov answers a Gunther WrestleMania Open IC title challenge, does Ilya you lose the NXT Heavyweight Championship to Melo? Yes.
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 Yeah, now, make sure y'all timestamp that because usually the Yankee and the Astro do not agree.
It's
But
a rarity, so y'all better timestamp that.
Yes.
Okay,
I
and
would definitely
finally,
see that happening.
the last thing from King here, the Uso splash from Jimmy looked a little wonky. Yes, I think he was a little further away than what he originally eyed, and that's why it was a little wonky for him. But
He
yeah, I
clearly
definitely
didn't
noticed
land
it.
it. Clearly didn't land it.
He had to compensate just to hit it.
Let's see here. Also, we have Peter down here. And here, Gunther has been great on Raw for sure. And Dragunov and Melo are easily the best guys on NXT. Agree with both on that there. Gunther has literally been carrying Raw.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly. But also, too, let's look at it like this. If they decide to pull the trigger with Dragunov going and answering an open challenge for the IC title at Mania, here's the deal. That is going to put a delay on but Melo jumping to the main roster. Because look at the current main roster right now. Not main roster, the NXT roster that's there. What big name do they currently have right now? They are lacking right now in big name talent down in the men's division over in NXT right now. So if Dragunov leaves, Melo has to stay to help keep NXT afloat until they can get people trained up. In other words,
of course, you definitely have to do that. But either way, I wouldn't be mad at Carmelo answering the challenge, Dragunov answering the challenge. Those both would be good because both of those guys need to be up on the main roster sooner or later in 2024. So
yep.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but I think Dragunov makes the most sense because of their history. So
Yeah, their history alone would make it the perfect situation for him to do it and for him to lose it. So, anyway, something else happened on Raw. It actually involves PKO and also a new deal that they had with Netflix. Like I mentioned earlier, they had the staff from Netflix actually behind the commentators, and they actually, displayed them. And one of them was probably whispering, "Oh, you can say bitch. You can say bitch." We also had, well, you know what? Instead of me explaining it, let me show it to you.
Please welcome UFC lightweight fighter, Michael Chandler!
Hey, what's up, Anaheim? Oh, hey, you are now in the presence of the most entertaining UFC fighter on the planet.
Okay.
Hey, now there's a man from Ireland that's been making me wait for way too long. And I still got one dude on my mind. Conor McGregor, get your candy ass back to the octagon. We got some unfinished business, boys. God bless. I'll see you at the top.
So, as you can see, Conor McGregor was called out at a Monday Night Raw. So, that alone just shows, again, the whole partnership, the whole TKO thing. It's showing it off in full force with this happening. Also, The Rock's agent also had one of his clients there as well, which was that 18-year-old bull rider that's in the PBR circuit. He was there, and that's actually one of The Rock's agent's clients. So again, that's showing off the relationship TKO has with other organizations.
Can I just say this right now? Because I'm here for the shit right now. This is what it is. TKO basically treated WWE Monday Night Raw as pimping the bitch. They pimped the bitch.
We knew it was going to happen, dude.
I mean, the reason why I say that is because there's no reason, if it is not Conor McGregor, who has, out of all the UFC fighters, has the closest relation to the WWE, that was not needed. We saw this before with the press conference. What did that press conference remind you of? Oh, a UFC weigh-in?
Yeah.
I mean,
All I'm
but
waiting
surely.
for is Joe Rogan to pop up.
You know what? He might be a guest commentator for one of the matches at WrestleMania. I'm calling it right now. Book it. He's probably going to be one of them. Him or Daniel Cormier. And we know Cormier has wanted to be involved with WWE for quite a few years now. There's the opportunity. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a business. I'm always the one that says it is a business before anything else. Like the show is a business. But some things just need to be church and state. Some things just need to be separated. UFC dominates Saturday nights on pay-per-view and ESPN Plus. Let Monday Night Raw have its Monday Night Raw. Did you really think by that guy being on there that was going to boost the ratings of the Snooze Fest? I don't think so. I don't think that happened. So we're going to see more of it because that's just what TKO Group is going to do. But personally, I don't like it. It needs to be separate because that's going to really start feeling more or less of sports entertainment and more of the UFC's distant cousin.
Exactly. So. And, you know, I have a feeling, I hate to say it, a good chunk of WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 is probably going to be a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Hell, we might even have it going on at Elimination Chamber because I don't know. Guys, I don't know if y'all watch social media as much as we do in regards to news going on. You know, a lot of wrestlers traveled after Monday Night Raw on Monday night. And one of the wrestlers, one of the retired wrestlers that actually made the trip was The Undertaker. So I have a feeling he's going to get pimped out too.
Fuck you.
This is going to be TKO doing this shit because you know why? He's trying to distance himself from Vince right now. Flat out, point blank. So what he's doing is he went to the, I bet you anything, this is what happened. He went to the TKO board and said, look, I'm with y'all. I don't want any of this BS in regards to what's going on with Vince and his family, in regards to all these cover-ups because of Vince, because of Stephanie, because of God knows who else was involved. And so he's like, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it outside of actually getting back into the ring. If you need me to go to make appearances, you want me to do some more one night shows, you know, of my stand-up, I'll do that. And you know what? I don't blame him at all because he is probably one of the greatest of all time when it comes to being with the WWE for his entire career. And he doesn't want to tarnish what he has. So
it's one of those things, man, where I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. I know they're really going to call in the lie. We already know a certain Beast Incarnate is no longer a part of WWE 24. He's been erased from the game completely.
If he's been erased, then they need to make Undertaker's streak active again. if they really want to erase that shit. Well, technically, no, Roman would have been the one to end it.
Yeah, it would have been Roman, but just the same, that still would have been something, not having that person give us that crazy night in New Orleans. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So, but let us know what you think on social media. What do you think was going to happen with Jimmy and Jay? Are we finally going to get the brother versus brother match at WrestleMania? Yes, I know brother versus brother has been done before with, you know, Kane and Undertaker, but this one is definitely on that blood.
That and Jeff Hardy, I Quit match at Mania.
Exactly. So let us know on social media. Of course, the Wrestling Revival Podcast on IG, TWRP_official. And then, of course, on TikTok, that is TWRP_official_. Let us know.
Yes, sir. All right. So we are moving on. We're going to step away from the WWE for just a little bit. I know we still got some stuff to talk about in the world of WWE, but let's go ahead and touch a base on what happened tonight. What happened tonight on AEW Dynamite? Unfortunately, I have some prior obligations. I'm not usually able to watch the whole thing. So I'm going to actually let DJ Notorious take over from here. And he can give us the quick recap of what happened tonight on Dynamite.
All right. Well, Dynamite was in Tulsa, Oklahoma for this edition of Dynamite. And of course, it started off with not Orange Cassidy, but for the third week in a row, it was Jon Moxley. Yes, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli had a tag team match versus FTR. That's right. Wheeler was in the building. Seems like that court case is not scaring off AEW. Was a good match. And guess what happened, Cyber? Guess what happened?
I'm guessing it's something that we have a slide for.
Maybe not. It ended in a draw.
What?
Yes. The tag match
Don't tell me
ended
time limit expired.
Yes. Time limit expired. They're running the time limit draw now into the ground. They definitely are.
Tony, I haven't had really a lot to say in regards to bullshit, but you're starting to give me ammunition with it.
This is one of those ways to lengthen the storyline. Of course, there's going to be a match at Revolution between these two teams. You know how we feel. If you've been watching the podcast for the 2 seasons now, you know how we feel about the BCC. Cyber, let them know how we feel about them. They're literally just jobbers. There's no way in the world I see FTR losing at the pay-per-view because we know this match is coming. So that will be extended. We will see that match at the pay-per-view. Now, it wasn't all bad, Cyber. It wasn't all bad because we had 2 good segments. One was a chef's kiss, and the other one was a surprise from the Patriarch. Let's start with the Patriarch. Of course, we're talking about the TNT champion, Mr. Christian Cage. Of course, the Patriarch of that family. He had some words for Daniel Garcia, and I'm hearing my phone blew up during the segment saying Christian has taken it too damn far. He talked about Daniel Garcia's father.
There's no such thing as taking it too far when you're Christian Cage.
Well, obviously he didn't because he let out the address of Daniel Garcia's father and Cyber. Guess where it's at?
Where?
The address, if you look it up on Google, ladies and gentlemen, is the cemetery where his father is buried.
No.
Yes. Yes. So he took it to another level with this here. Christian really took it to another level. Of course, he talked about his mom.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Yeah. Literally. He took it there. He did.
Great
promo. Garcia tried to take on the family. Didn't work, but we are getting that match at Revolution for the TNT Championship. Daniel Garcia versus Christian Cage. But the funny thing about that, there was somebody missing from that promo who you thought would have showed up. That is the Rated R superstar Edge, which makes me believe Edge is going to give the save to Garcia and help him win that TNT Championship come Revolution. I see it happening.
It is a possibility. I mean, Adam Copeland still has beef with Christian Cage in regards to everything that happened, about his new attitude, his new demeanor, or else we could get a complete swerve here and Adam Copeland could wind up helping Christian retain the title. And, they get on the same page. That's more of an outside shot, but more than likely what's going to happen is Adam Copeland's going to help Garcia.
Yeah, that would be the good thing. Daniel Garcia has come on strong here in the past couple of months. Yes, his dance has become very popular. They actually put the camera on 2 guys trying to do the dance. Cyber, don't ask me how that looked. It looked really, really heavy on the mayonnaise, if you know what I mean. Very heavy on the mayonnaise. But needless to say, the other good segment of the show tonight dealt with our timeless classic. That, of course, being the AEW Women's Champion, Miss Toni.
Beautiful.
Just beautiful in so many ways. Continuing the storyline with Deonna Purrazzo, Toni Storm did have a match tonight against some local talent. You know what happened there. But right as Toni was in the ring after... Yeah, she smashed her, all right. Hey, yo. But as soon as the match was over and she was being carried out by Luther, Here comes Deonna Purrazzo. That kept going on. And after Purrazzo's match, Toni Storm came in and gave her the Ken Shamrock ankle lock. And yeah, it is just brewing to probably one of the bigger matches on the card for Revolution. Like, Deonna has her fans. You know how we feel here. We're hashtag Team Toni Storm. But I don't know, man. This is going to be a good match. I still got my money on Toni, but it's going to probably be one of the better matches of the entire night.
Okay, go into our comments here really quick. Of course, when you talk about mayonnaise, we get our signature white boy here.
Did you say heavy on the mayonnaise when talking about the swerve dance? And yes, I know the irony of me responding. Okay, well, Peter, wasn't talking about the swerve dance. I was actually talking about the Daniel Garcia dance. If you watch back Dynamite, if you're on the West Coast, you're probably seeing it now. They cut to two guys who are heavy on the mayonnaise trying to do that Daniel Garcia dance. Some things they should just leave up to the performer themselves. I'll just leave it at that.
It's about as bad as seeing Chris Jericho wear his tights for the first time on the cruise and him looking like Dale Gribble in Speedo.
You know what?
All right. And I've been waiting.
Man, it's more. It's.
Jeez.
You know what? It's not quite. That's not quite what I was looking for on that. It was more.
Yeah. Oh no, I was saving those guns for later because I'm going to need it for.
No, you'll need them for later. But that was for me for right now.
Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, that was a good segment to the show. So of course that AEW Women's Title match is coming. Of course, they did let everybody know, if you didn't know how to calendar and how to count, 3 more weeks before Big Business at the TD Garden, home of those Boston Celtics. That's where AEW Dynamite is, and they are promising a night that will go down in wrestling history. I think we know what that means. Somebody's got the money, if you know what I mean. But the main event was the 6-man tag match where you had Rob Van Dam, Hangman Adam Page, and Hook going up against Mr. Swole, that would be Brian Cage, Swerve Strickland, and the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. Of course, you can figure out who got the victory with this one here. That would be the champs in the end. Now, this all is setting up for Revolution. Of course, Samoa Joe has a triple threat match going up against Swerve Strickland and Adam Hangman Page. To be honest with you, this match didn't hit. This match just did not hit at all. Rob Van Dam just doing another appearance out of nowhere. What did that mean for it? And yeah, it had the little spat between Swerve and Samoa Joe in between, but that just means we're going to see one between Hangman and Samoa Joe next week to bring us to the pay-per-view the following Sunday. So I think that shouldn't have been the main event, personally, in my opinion. But
well, man, what you just said, that might hurt some of the AEW hardcore fans. That may not make them too happy. They're going to probably wind up going to bed tonight like this. Man,
well, listen, Jimmy Crackhorn and I don't care. 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it. Okay? We call it down the middle here on this show. We don't give no ties to WWE. We don't give no ties to AEW. And we damn sure don't give no ties to TNA. So take it how
TNA is on the shit list right now.
Yeah, we're going to speak about that next week. We're going to get into deep detail about what's going on over there with that bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was Dynamite. Of course, they're set up for Rampage and Collision. Rampage is back on its regular time this Friday, 10 p.m. Last week was preempted because, of NBA All-Star Weekend. So it is back. And, of course, matches coming soon. Sammy Guevara will be speaking to the fans as well. So definitely.
Oh, don't get us started with Sammy Guevara now.
Look,
a lot of people are unhappy with him.
Listen, and I'm going to speak on that real quickly because a lot of people are upset because he quote unquote injured Jeff Hardy there. Listen, Jeff Hardy shouldn't be in the fucking ring at this point. Let's just keep it real. He should not be in the ring anymore. He is a detriment to himself and others. He should not be in the ring anymore. The Hardys are done.
Get him. Oh, green.
The Hardys are finished. Done. Go back to the compound. Go play some Fight Forever and call it a day. It's over.
I'm telling you.
It's over. I don't want to see them. We're literally just having them out there for nostalgia purposes only. They cannot do it in the ring no more. Sometimes you just got to tell yourself, it's over. Hang them up. That is it. We saw this writing on the wall. What was it, last year or the year before when they took on the EVPs at Double or Nothing? What happened then? Jeff Hardy could hardly stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
Tony Khan, you just need to do one thing for us right now in regards to the Hardys.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Let their asses go.
Yeah.
Push the damn button.
They can literally work in the back, be a producer, help out the younger group of wrestlers that's in the company, something of that nature. I'm not saying just throw them out on the street. Have them work backstage, do something, but this is just not working. They do not need to be in the ring anymore. And if I catch anybody slandering Sammy Guevara, we're going to have a problem. Yeah, that's it.
No. All right, so it looks like we have some comments here. Oh, man, here we go. Let's okay, well, we're just going to hit that one first. Okay.
Yes, this might be an unpopular opinion, but to me, Dynamite was just mid tonight. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible like it was last week. They tried, I would say, maybe in between mid and horrible.
I would agree with that just based off of the recap you gave on it.
Yeah.
It's not going in the right direction. Tony Khan, I want you to listen to me real quick. I want you to listen, and I want you to listen good. All right? You need help in regards to story writing and booking. Those are the two main things you need help with right now. I can tell you what the solution isn't. Hiring people that got fired because they were associated with Vince McMahon. That's not a good idea. Don't do it. I already saw on social media what the hell you're doing about bringing in one of Vince's former lackeys. Just an FYI.
Just FYI. Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out there. You know, Tony Khan, all you're doing is inviting the wrong kind of devil to your door.
Didn't they already have the devil?
Yeah, well, trying to hire former Vince McMahon lackeys, yeah, that's never gonna help you.
No. Okay, and let's take a look here at Peter. Honestly, Jericho as Ronald McDonald Bowie was even. You know what? No. This show is not sponsored by Miracle Whip, and we will not start that.
No, sir.
No.
You know what, DJ? When we were going through the show, figuring out what we were going to talk about tonight, there is one thing we forgot before we move on to some of our predictions for Elimination Chamber. There was one thing we forgot, which was we've got to talk about the last couple episodes of Montez Ford and Bianca Belair's show.
Listen,
and I will say this. This is the first show that WWE has put out that I have thoroughly enjoyed. Like, I watched a couple episodes of Ms. and Mrs., and that lost steam really quick with me. I watched maybe like the first 2 episodes and I was done. When I tell y'all I was thoroughly invested in this series, I was thoroughly invested.
Now,
I watched the first 5 episodes in one night like that. And then the last couple, I watched them in another night, all at once in one sitting.
It fits. It's the perfect time frame. It doesn't go too long. Each episode seems to have a purpose. Even if you're watching it on Peacock with ads, it's still 30 minutes, so it doesn't feel overly long. But I'm glad you said Miz and Mrs. because this is the difference between Miz and Mrs. and Love in WWE featuring Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. Let me get the full for this one. Let me get the full.
All right, let's get
Because
you
I'm
the
going to
full.
tell y'all now what the difference is. And it's very simple. One show was not seasoned. The other one has seasoned salt.
No joke. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got for you. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Let's look at the comments here really quick. Mr. King says people are saying that there's still a chance that Brock Lesnar could be innocent. You know, there is that slight chance, but here's the thing though. I don't think TKO would be trying to whitewash Brock Lesnar if there wasn't some validity to what the allegations are saying about him.
WWE and 2K would have not moved that fast to remove Brock Lesnar from the cover of the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition of their game if he was innocent. Let me tell y'all something. I've warned people a lot on social media and in different spaces. There's more dirt to come. There's a reason why they moved aggressively to get rid of Brock Lesnar off that cover. And it was very quick, too. They did it at 1 p.m. They took him off the game by 1:30. Like, it was
yeah. And here's the thing, too. When it comes to Brock Lesnar, we know how his demeanor is legitimately when it comes to how he is in real life, because he has done enough podcasts to let his personality out. And what you see in the ring is a version of his actual personality. He could give two shits less if he gets whitewashed off of the WWE. He could give two shits less. You know why? Because he's made his millions.
over 12 million last year, by the way.
That's why I said millions.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's able to just stay at home and do what the fuck he wants. And you know what? If he was involved in the stuff that is coming out, shame on him. But also, too, I can't blame him for wanting to be a normal person and going and watching his daughter at a track meet and, actually be there as a parent, not as a superstar, not as, the beast incarnate or a former UFC champion.
Right.
He was just there as a normal person. And I would much rather see that for him than to see him trying to push himself back into the limelight.
He's not even needed at this point. I'm just being
No.
honest with you. I'm not taking nothing away from his ability in the ring because he could still go in the ring if given enough time to, train and do what he needs to do. But the way WWE is stacked right now with their roster, that would mean a couple of mid-carders would not make it onto shows. What's the point?
Exactly.
What is the point?
So going back to the comments here, we've got one from KB. AEW has a great roster, but if you do not book them correctly, what's the point? Maybe make a call to Scott D'Amore or promote people from within the company that know what they're doing. Okay, so let's be honest here for a second. Who does he legitimately have in the back that could actually contribute at that level? Now, like DJ has said, we're down the middle for both WWE, AEW, TNA, anything that makes headlines. We are down the middle with it. We will call them out on their bullshit. And I'm sorry, but Tony Khan's full of shit right now. Because if he actually had the talent to actually do that, he should have done it by now. Now, instead, it's starting to get stagnant. It's starting to get boring. Look at the past 2 episodes of Dynamite. I am worried about this pay-per-view that's coming up for them and what's going to happen with that.
You know what? It's the same thing that's always said about AEW, and people that are watching right now on our premium YouTube and X, let us know in the chat, because this is something you've probably heard a few times from a friend, a sister, a cousin, baby mama, whoever.
Ooh, baby mama. Ooh.
Yeah, the baby mama. Hey, last week was Valentine's Day. Come on.
Or the new baby mamas. Too soon?
Too soon, because it hasn't been a month. Whatever. He threw me off there for a second. But AEW, they never have a good build up to their pay-per-view, but the match card hits.
Exactly.
Every single time. And there's only so many times you can rely on that before it actually breaks. And this would not be good for them going into literally 2 more weeks after that being big business. They have to hit on this pay-per-view. It has to hit because that's just going to give them more steam going into Boston for big business. So hopefully it gets better next week as the go-home show before the pay-per-view, and we could just hope and see what happens. I'm thinking it will be, but AEW has to stop relying on just the match card being good and actually have a good lead up to the pay-per-view.
Yes, and my final thing on this about the whole Scott D'Amore situation about him going to AEW, let me tell you why that's not going to happen.
Oh, he about to cook, y'all.
The reason why it's not going to happen is because he is going to go to the place where he knows he's going to get paid. He is going to go to the company that he knows will pay him. Tony Khan, he can only reach so deep into his purse before he has to say no. And I can tell you this, he probably paid Mercedes Moné a shit ton of money to turn around and debut at big business. So with that in mind, there is no way in hell Tony Khan is going to have the money to actually turn around and sign Scott D'Amore to be part of his creative. But you know who is going to have the money?
Certain company might be in Connecticut. I heard
Mm-hmm.
Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be known as like Tower.
Yeah, the big tower. And here's the thing. When that happens, I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to see a whole new level of shit because I honestly think Scott D'Amore and Paul Levesque are actually going to be on the same page when it comes to the main roster and the storylines. And I can tell you this, shit is going to get crazy when they sign him.
Like this type of crazy?
Let me put it to you like this. Scott D'Amore is waiting for the perfect time. And what's a better time than to come when they're about to go over the Netflix and they could change their rating from all audiences to TVMA.
Oh man, that would be crazy. That definitely would be crazy for them. Let's get into these comments real quick before we move on to our next topic. I can definitely see where honestly Brock just wants to be a dad and work on his farm like Ronda is doing right now. She's been out of the WWE, right? Yeah, definitely. But first and foremost, we know him as the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, but he's just dad to his daughter. Simple as that. That's just what he is. He doesn't care really about the limelight. He doesn't keep a rich, lavish life, say like The Rock or Roman Reigns or to a lesser extent Carmelo Hayes with his persona. He doesn't do that. He just likes to fight, get his check, make sure it cleared, and go back
and then go home.
That's basically what he likes to do. So this is actually probably a blessing in disguise for him, meaning just being away from TV. Nothing else. I don't want you fans jumping down my throat. Oh, DJ said that it was okay. No, fuck that. He's just happy he doesn't have to be on WWE TV right now with all this stuff going on. So
now I can say this: if by some miracle he is cleared of these allegations, the only thing I might see happening is maybe a Hall of Fame induction. That's it.
Ooh,
But I'm talking about years down the road.
Yeah, we're talking 2 to 5 years from now. Then that could happen.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the immediate. No, there's no way anything can happen with Brock Lesnar and the WWE and the TKO group immediately because they need to let all this shit run out. Like everything has to come out about Vince and all these people that are going to be named and involved with it. I can tell you this, it's going to be like a whole damn Epstein list all over again. But this time it's for the WWE.
Oh man. Not the Epstein list. Not the Epstein.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
And let's find out that the shit that they were doing in the back that Vince was involved in had something to do with Ashley dying.
Y'all seen the interview. That's all I'm going to say. You seen the interview with her friend. It came out recently as last week on.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
the shit is literally going to hit the fan. It's going to be a nightmare for TKO once all this shit comes out.
It's only the tip of the iceberg. I warned you guys. This is only the tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
Everything's coming out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cyber, let's talk about the early, and I mean early start to our Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. And that is the WWE Elimination Chamber. 5 a.m. in New York here. I will have to be up 4 a.m. Central for that guy to the other side of me over there. We're going to be watching the Elimination Chamber. This is the one reason why I do not like when they have stuff in these type of areas, because the United States feels it the most. 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and midnight on the West Coast. So
in Hawaii, it's midnight. No,
yes,
actually,
Hawaii.
I think it's 11. It's 11 p.m. Hawaii time, I think.
I think it's midnight for them. I think it's
okay.
Midnight. So literally Hawaii, they got it nice. They could just have a late night. But for us, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of whole Dunkin' Donuts and trying to stay awake.
It's called I'm taking my ass to sleep as soon as I get home from work and waking up maybe 45 minutes before this shit starts.
You can also do that too, just like what Cyber said. But
and I'm going to tell DJ, don't you message me after you know I'm out of work, because you know damn well I'm going to probably be.
Okay, so I won't message you when your Astros do something stupid. Okay, cool, noted.
Just wait till opening day, motherfucker, and I'm gonna laugh the second the Astros hand the Yankees their ass.
I mean, you okay? You doing that wishful thinking thing again? Okay, just making sure.
No. Hold up. Are you okay?
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay?
I got this question for y'all, and then I promise you we'll get back to the Elimination Chamber. Is the Astros playing at home? Is this a game in Houston or in New York?
It's in Houston. It's a new season.
It's in Houston? Okay, well, y'all can't win at home. Got you. Cool. All right. Just making sure.
Your boys ain't gonna be able to ain't gonna want none after this.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna be bringing all the trash cans.
Yeah, you cheating ass damn Astros. That's all they are. They're cheaters. They're the Eddie Guerreros of the freaking baseball. They lie, they cheat.
We lie and cheat and steal.
Jesus. All right. Whatever. We'll deal with you at the end of March. But let's talk Elimination Chamber. Let's talk with one of the Elimination Chamber matches. We have quite a few, 2 of them actually, one for the women, one for the men. Which should we start with first? Should we start with the women's? Yes, we will. We have our competitors in this: Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and another special one. We also have the tag team titles on the line: Pete Dunne, and of course the Judgment Day. And then, of course, for the women's championship, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Hope her nose is okay. And then, of course, in the men's Elimination Chamber, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Randy Lashley, and I will not call him 90 overall rating in 2K24, Logan Paul.
So on Friday night, we finally figured out who was going to be. No, not Friday night. It was Monday.
Yes, it was Monday.
It was Monday. We found out who the last participant was going to be in the women's Elimination Chamber.
Who was that?
Raquel Gonzalez returned, and she wound up winning this. And to be honest, she was really the only one out of the field that made sense to win it, because there was no other big name in this. And oh my God, Peter's already talking dumb shit. Your chat privileges are revoked, sir. Your chat privileges are officially revoked. Okay, so the spread for the women's chamber match is actually pretty good. It's only literally going to be down to 2 people that are going to wind up winning the women's elimination chamber. It's going to be either Becky Lynch or Bianca Belair. To me personally, those are the top 2 that are going to wind up winning this. I'm leaning more toward Becky Lynch, and the reason being is because there is a rumor going around right now that for Mania, they're wanting to put Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton against each other on night 1 of Mania, which, to be honest, that is a match that I would want to see. But also, too, Jade Cargill is kind of floating out here right now because they're going to give her a match at Mania. I know they are.
Mm-hmm.
Question is who is going to be her opponent?
I'm letting you guys know right now. It's probably going to be Nia Jax. They're going to revisit the whole Royal Rumble incident where literally Jay Cargill just picked her up and then was like this, whatever. And just, you saw the rest. So I think that's what's probably going to happen. That's the safe, and I'm sorry I'm saying safe and Nia Jax in the same sentence. But yeah, I know. Jade and Nia Jax probably makes the most sense. So I could see them doing that. It shows off her skill, her power, meaning Jade Cargill, and she'll get the win. So
What the fuck?
I know. It sounds weird, but that's what
okay. Now we're gonna lean into the men's chamber match.
Oh, wait. Let me let you know who I think is going to win that women's chamber.
Yes, by all means.
I'm sorry, Antonio, but I do not see Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan will be the Buffalo Bills of this WWE. She will always be second place. So I actually see it being Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is still big time. She needs to have that WrestleMania match. Now, I did not say win, but her versus Rhea Ripley, it sells itself.
It's going back all the way to NXT when they were battling each other there. So I mean, this is just building on that trilogy that they've already had. So I could see
you can build that quite easily. You can still give Tiffany Stratton something else, even maybe return of Becky versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania this time, running that back, perhaps. Mm-hmm. So there's many different ways you can use Tiffany Stratton, but I don't think she's ready for a big time title match just yet. Mm-hmm. So that's why I give it to Bianca Belair. She will walk out of the chamber.
I could tell you this is probably going to be the first WrestleMania and where we're going to see multiple women's matches.
Yes.
It's not going to be just one or two. I honestly think we're probably going to see 2 each night.
I'm thinking we might see a total of 5 women's matches between WrestleMania weekend.
So 2 on one night and 3 on the other night?
Yes, I think you actually get 3 on night 1.
3 on night 1. I could see that. The main one, if what you say is true, Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, which is continues their saga.
Yes.
And then what would be the third match on there? It would be the Tiffany Stratton match.
Exactly. So the women will really dominate on night 1. Then night 2, you still have Bayley and Io. So that's your 4 matches right there.
Yes. Now, leaning in, let's go to the comments first. We've gotten quite a few comments here in regards to this.
Yes. First here from Aaron. The difference between the US and the UK is that the UK wakes up at 1 a.m. to watch. Staying up till 1 a.m. until 5 p.m. is very easily doable. We have to wake up at 5 a.m. to do this with only 5 hours of shut eye. Well, see, it's easier for the UK because let's be honest here, that's for all of the pay-per-views over here in the United States. This one being in Australia, Perth, this is the first time it's actually going to affect United States. Usually the UK has to do it every single pay-per-view. They get a mulligan this time.
Yeah.
So
most definitely. And then I'm going to skip over that comment because that's stupid. Know your place. Peter, again, your chat privileges need to be revoked with this one. We need Gabriel Iglesias in a hardcore match with Ivar. No, we don't. Especially after the weight that Gabriel has lost.
We can't. But you know what? He's not too far off because after the Elimination Chamber, I guarantee on one of the Monday Night Raw or the SmackDown after, we will see a celebrity show up and get ready to start that celebrity match for WrestleMania.
Of course. And then Peter again, and Rhea's going to beat Nia's. Of course she is. But here's an interesting part. I did not know this about Nia Jax. Apparently she was born in Australia also.
So she's going to actually get a nice hero's welcome there on Saturday.
It's going to be very interesting to see. The last comment here before we continue, Bobby, hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you as always. We appreciate you. You are probably one of the most consistent people in here, so we do appreciate you coming in every week.
Yes, we do.
All right, so that was the women's elimination chamber. Now we're going to actually talk about the men's. Now, of course, we have Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and then
can I just say mine? You just get out the way.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, it's not Logan Paul. 2,
Oh, hell no,
it's not Bobby Lashley. 3, it's damn sure not Kevin Owens. So who does that leave? Orton, Drew, LA Knight. Yeah. Let's make this very simple. The guy has one of the hottest t-shirts out right now for WWE. It's going to be Drew McIntyre. Easy.
And you know what? I will definitely kind of second that. But here's the only thing that would make me lean opposite from that is if Drew McIntyre hasn't officially signed an extension with the WWE yet. And that's coming from sources from within the WWE saying that he hasn't signed.
I've heard that as well. I think there's a wink deal back there because he's selling a lot of t-shirts for them right now. And that was a shirt that was not thought to be that big of a seller.
I can't believe a meme. A meme.
A meme turned into a big-time moneymaker early 2024. Drew McIntyre. Don't get me wrong, LA Knight fans. He's going to get his moment. In that match, you're going to have some type of interference from LA Knight, which is then going to set up their WrestleMania match. So it's going to be Drew, hands down.
I think what I hope happens is that LA Knight and Logan Paul set up a match for Mania in the chamber. Because what LA Knight needs to do right now, he needs to carry a mid-card title and build on it. He needs to do similar to what Gunther did, and that's going to be hard to do. But if he can do it, he has world champion written all over him after that. So that's what it comes down to. I think that's what needs to happen, and I hope that LA Knight and Logan Paul build a match for Mania from the Elimination Chamber match.
And I see here through the comments, people are agreeing with Drew McIntyre. Aaron has McIntyre or bust. Bobby says Drew McIntyre is my pick for the men's elimination chamber.
Yeah.
And Peter actually says Logan will never be in his prime.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to give you good with that one. That was some good bars.
That one was actually pretty good.
Good.
Let's see here real quick. Hold on.
Dummy. Yeah.
Definitely was good. So we're pretty much in agreement with ours here. Real quickly, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley.
It's gonna be Mommy. Mommy's always on top, you know.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
But yes, Rhea's gonna win that one easily. Tag team match. I see the Judgment Day retaining. I do not see the belts changing hands here. So Judgment Day will walk into WrestleMania still as the tag champs. Walking out of Lincoln Financial Field, maybe not. But
depending on who their opponent is.
Exactly. But Australia, yeah, they're definitely coming back to the U.S. with those belts. So that is pretty much it for it. Of course, you can check out our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. You can check them out this Friday starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. You will see our picks up there because remember, this starts at 5 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to give y'all enough time to take a look at the picks there and get yourself ready and see if you can beat yours truly here, DJ Notorious, or the Houston Astro fans over there, Mr. Cyber Yeti. So that will be that. Check that out on our social medias, Instagram, X, and of course, TikTok. So.
And of course, we know what's coming right after this little excursion to Australia. We also have WrestleMania right behind it.
Yes, WrestleMania. And a special start time this year, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. is when it goes live from Lincoln Financial Field, home of those Philadelphia Eagles. Ooh, those some choke artists in the playoffs, boy. Woo. But they choke big time on that. But yes, it starts at a special time, 6:30. So maybe it will end before midnight this year.
Hey, that'd be great.
That would be great because people do have to work that Monday morning.
Yes.
You know what I thought of? You know something, Cyber, and let me know also people in the chat. You know how they say the Monday after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday? I think the Monday after WrestleMania should be a national holiday as well.
Actually, the Monday and the Tuesday, because of course everybody's going to stay up for Monday Night Raw to see what happens.
So yeah,
so technically we should start the week on Wednesday.
Yeah, start with Wednesday with some Dynamite. There you go.
Yeah. Dynamite. There you go. Yeah.
Talk to your local politicians. Let's get that done.
Yeah.
So what? I think we have another segment up here, Cyber. I think we do.
I think what's going to wind up happening here, sir. I already know what you're thinking. I think we're about to take some people to church. There ain't nobody tired here yet.
Nope, not here at all. This is certain times on the show here, the Wrestling Revival Podcast. There's some people that I need to bring to the front of the congregation. I need to have a word with them. And there are multiple people on this list tonight. So, Cyber, you definitely going to help me out with this here because the first one is a legend. This man has done it all in multiple organizations. He's done Stanford. He's done Atlanta. He actually even did Daly's Place. Who am I talking about, Cyber?
I think we're talking about we talk about the same person.
In Las Vegas for just a personal appearance, and I was doing a signing there. And then they called me and asked me if I would show up at the AEW show. And I didn't even know what it was. And they were going to, basically it was like if you walk across the street from your hotel and just walk into the building and walk out to the ring and hold the belt up, we'll pay you X amount of money to do that. And I'm in Vegas anyway.
Now, those were pro WWE fans that were clapping at that. You know that, right?
Now, so this is the thing here. Bret the Hitman Hart, I would like you to come to the front of the congregation. I need to have a word with you, please. You do not think before you speak. A man of your age should know that, to think before you speak. Because still here in 2024, you're still hurting your own family. Now, as everybody knows, Bret the Hitman Hart, as he alluded to in that interview, was the one to present the inaugural AEW championship. Of course, that went to Chris Jericho during that first pay-per-view. Now, the only bad part to this is you're denouncing not one, the company that gave you that check, and two, your former sister-in-law actually runs the Owens Cup with that same company. Did nobody talk to you about this? Did nobody pull you to the side before that? Did you not have all your medication before you did that interview? Did you have a sip of that yak before then? Because obviously you did, to make a boneheaded choice of words like you did, just for a cheap pop from, as Cyber said, pro WWE fans. Well, guess what the fuck is not going to happen? You're not going to get another check anymore. And last time I checked, TKO is not looking for you to make an appearance, so you can forget about that. So have fun in your dungeon up there in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, because nobody gives two shits about you anymore.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
One thing you cannot do is disrespect wrestling fans of any company, whether that be WWE, AEW, TNA, or New Japan, or even Rev Pro for you newbies out there. Bret, I expected more from you. You are an elder statesman. You are on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore, but that was one of the most boneheaded statements you have made in a long time. I guess you were probably thinking about that screw job you got in Montreal, right?
Stop it! Stop it! Don't shoot that little motherfucker no more!
So yes, you can now get out the front of the congregation because I need to now have a word with this guy who's the son of a famous rapper. Cyber, roll the footage on that.
If I'm watching someone on AEW and I ask, who is this guy? I don't need you to tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan, to tell me how could you not know such and such who did who gives a damn? Like, I need you, all right, inform me, bro. Or at least have your programming in a way to let people know why you should love this dude, why you should fuck with this guy. That's something that I feel like is missing. Conan, when I was on his podcast, he brought up, when you watch UFC and they give you a little backstory about this dude, backstory about that dude, what this guy's had to go through, what he's done, and vice versa. And then they put him in a room and they cuss each other out. And then by watching those videos, you've picked a side of who you're with. That's missing from that. What they have is this niche group of people who watch all of these wrestling shows, and they're already in the know. So when they see these names together, it is a dream match for them. But you're trying to sell this to American television, baby. You got to movie that up a little bit. You got to give me some cinema to follow, something to hold on to besides the announce team running down a list for me while this dude's walking down the ramp. And I feel like that's missing. And when you are trying to get involved and trying to really give something a chance, and when you question it even a little bit, and you get 80 no-faced accounts coming at you, at any given time, you're like, man, fuck this noise, bro. Like, I'm cool off of it. If y'all like it, I don't. And I don't want that. I have people over there that I'm cool with.
Okay, bring that back to me here. If for anyone that doesn't know who that was O'Shea Jackson Jr. That is the son of the legendary West Coast rapper Ice Cube. Now, O'Shea Jackson is a very big wrestling fan. Well, let me just put it like this. Very big WWE fan. He knows of AEW, but he knows he's all WWE because I do my investigation. I look through his timeline, and the majority of it has been with WWE. So I need Mr. O'Shea Jackson Jr. to come to the front of the congregation. I need to have a word with him. See, there's one thing about, as we talk cyber, and tell me if I'm wrong, there's those casual fans and then those hardcore fans. Mr. O'Shea Jackson has to pick a spot. For somebody like him in the know and a big public figure like he is, there's no excuse why you can't look up what's going on with there. And also, if you say you have friends over there in AEW, how come you don't know what's going on? So which lie is it? Is it that you're mad at these very seldom AEW fans that rip you a new one, these no-name accounts just with the egg logo that get on your case? Or you just don't want to watch it? Which one is it, O'Shea? Which one? Now, are you going to be straight out of Compton or straight out of AEW? Which one is it? Let me know so we can help you. But maybe you need to reach out to more people such as this show, and we can gladly let you know what's going on before the actual show. And you just know, as you say, the wrestler walking down the ramp. More than happy to help you. But when you've been pro WWE for so long, it comes off as your comments to AEW as, kind of demeaning to those fans. Now, I get it. Some of these fans are a little bit too damn reckless, even for yours truly. But if you really want the help, be genuine with it. Because then otherwise, you wouldn't got the responses that you got the past couple of weeks asking about AEW programming. So just let me know. Are you team AEW, team WWE, or are you going to play in the middle? Okay, now you can leave.
Hey, yo. What the fuck these niggas is doing, yo?
Okay, and one more person that needs to come to the front of the congregation, and Cyber doesn't even know about this one yet, y'all, so he's going to be shocked. I'm going to need John Cena to come to the front of the congregation. I need to have a word with his bitch ass right now, too.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yes, Mr. John Cena, Mr. Hustle T, loyalty, and respect. Well, guess what? He's heavy on the loyalty, but he has no respect for all those women that went through what they went through with Vince McMahon. Yeah, I said it. Damn. And the reason why I said it is because he finally broke his silence earlier today on the Howard Stern show. Now, he was asked the question, how does he feel about the McMahon incident? And I have not even seen Crip members dance around the question more than John Cena did. That's how much dancing this man was doing. Now, y'all know John Cena. Poor little Tink, always toes the company line. He's going to root for Vince because, you know, they want him fired before, Triple H included, years past. But this guy gave him an opportunity, so he's going to stick by him. John, I'm letting you know right now. Obviously, you didn't have any type of PR classes. You should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Period. If you were going to dance around like you was a Crip at a Crip convention, you should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Because now you look even worse out here in these streets. You thought your reception was bad last year at WrestleMania? Don't show up this year. Because it was horrible. Horrible. Now, mind you, y'all, John Cena said that on Howard Stern. Randy Orton, the legend killer himself, actually made a statement as well, saying, you know, he's appreciative of the opportunity he's gotten from, you know, the McMahon family, everything like that. But he made sure to say this last line in there. He said, if what I'm reading, the same things that you are reading, meaning the fans, and it's true, what the fuck? Now, see right there? Orton knew what to say. John Cena, you did not. And for somebody that's been the company guy for, seems like over 2 decades, you sure didn't understand your loyalty and respect. Respect to those people that have come out and said their things about going through what they did in WWE. So, John Cena, I'm going to need you to have several seats. I don't want to see you on the road to WrestleMania, the road to Backlash, or even SummerSlam. Have several seats and get the fuck away from my congregation. Thank you.
Get him. Oh, Green Jimmy.
Damn.
It just needed to be said.
Damn.
It needed to be said. I don't understand it. John Cena, everybody loves John Cena, but man, was he tap dancing like he was Gregory Hines out there. God damn.
Dude, no joke. And after I heard all this, the first thing I thought to myself is, what the hell is John Cena doing? Because I also watched him just before this was released. I watched him on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. And he said, I'm not quite done yet in the ring, but the sun is setting.
Listen,
John Cena, I will say this much. It is dark outside.
It's Michael Blackston dark. Okay? If you know, you know.
There's no stars out. It is dark.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that people can see of you is that shiny ass bald spot you got on the back of your head.
Oh, not the Fast and Furious bald spot. Not that.
Yeah, the Fast and Furious bald spot.
Damn. Okay.
So what you need to do is take a page out of Brock Lesnar's book, go away, go cry in your little corner because Nikki Bella went and married a dude, had a kid, and then you started feeling sorry for yourself.
Now, hey, listen. I think it was a nice little consolation prize. He didn't get the Bella, but he sure got a nice little franchise in the Fast Saga. A lot of people don't like the movie or the franchise anymore, but he's made a lot of coins off of that. But just seriously, something like this, just shh, quiet.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna piss a lot of people off, which he did. So
yeah,
that's why he had to come.
He did. What you talking about?
He pissed me off. He pissed me off royally. I'm sorry, Cena. Love you in the wrestling, but you should have kept your fucking mouth shut, man. Sorry. Shea Jackson, I expected more from you. You West Side, I expected more from you. You don't see West Side Gun saying any of that stuff, do you?
Mm-mm.
And he goes to both events. How about that one?
And then the comment that caught my eye here from Peter, not the bald spot. Dude, you know,
come on, Peter. Don't act like you don't know.
I'm petty. I am petty. I am going to go after what I see. Okay, this isn't the John Cena, the Dr. Thugonomics, Mr. I'm going to flow off the top of my head, supposedly. He ain't that no more. He ain't that.
He's not that. No, he really isn't. But there's one thing that John Cena is. He does know how to ether the rock. Remember this?
Now, I'll tell you something, Jack. I don't need words like respect and loyalty to trend worldwide. Just like I don't need my notes for my promo on my wrist. Nice tattoo.
he can still cook every once in a while, but I could tell you this: I think he cooked himself by making that comment. By making those comments, he cooked himself.
He did. He definitely cooked himself. He forgot to turn the fire off on the frying pan for himself. But yeah, that's how I feel about those three gentlemen.
Oh my God. Here we go. Peter again.
Peter says, "You're going to make me cry like Stewie. Come on. And now you're dissing his raps, man. Are you ill in Cyber?" Yo, that sounded like a battle to me, Cyber.
You know what, Peter?
Like
this is just for you.
I don't know, Cyber. Peter Papadot said he got something for you. That's what I heard. I heard that's what Peter Papadot said. He said, "You illin', Cyber. You illin'."
Okay, let me tell you something, Peter. If you decide you want to take this route, you are going to go from being okay to being MGK after he decided to drop his diss track on Eminem.
Wow. Kill shot. Damn. That's bad.
And yeah.
Bobby here says, "Always enjoy watching you guys' YouTube channel." You know what? That is greatly appreciated, Bobby. Like we said earlier, you're one of our loyalist fans. I don't even want to use that word loyal after just talking bad about John Cena, but you are one of our loyal fans here. It is greatly appreciated. And since he did bring up our YouTube channel, you guys may have saw something new over the past week. We actually now have YouTube Shorts. So
yes,
you know some people that are, may not have time to watch the full show, but maybe a topic could catch their eye, maybe talking about John Cena like I did a few minutes ago. Let them know about our YouTube Shorts. Those go up throughout the week before the next episode the following week. So definitely make sure you're following the YouTube channel so you are notified when shorts go up on the channel.
Or you could see, the best of the roasting sessions, Mr. Peter, getting his, KB getting his, a certain would-be general getting his, or
no.
getting his.
Yeah, that's true. Fake generals out there. The only general I know is Gunther, but okay, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But guys, that is it. That is everything for this week's episode. Guys, we always appreciate you as always. And if you haven't done so yet, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Wrestling Revival Podcast, or on X. That's what Elon Musk is calling it right now, at TWRP_official. And also follow us on TikTok at TWRP_official_. Make sure you follow us, guys. We're going to be putting up more content. We're going to make sure that, we put out stuff that you want to see. Whether it's us talking shit to each other about the upcoming baseball season, or if it's us talking shit about the Cowboys. Are we ever going to get tired of that?
No.
I think I got an answer for you. We will never get tired of talking about those poor people up in Arlington. You know what? It's eventually going to come down to, we're going to have Stephen A on the show, and he's just going to turn around and rip the Cowboys for a good 20 minutes.
I hear what you did there, Cyber. I hear what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm letting y'all know right now. In about a few weeks, we're going to drop our first hint on who they may be. You never know. Our first ever guest here on the Wrestling Revival Podcast. Yes, you all guys have been asking us, who's going to be the special guest? Who's going to be the special guest? Well, it's already done. We dotted our I's. We crossed our T's. That person or persons will be coming real soon. But in a few weeks, we will drop the first hint.
It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Y'all are going to really enjoy it.
Yes.
Y'all are going to really enjoy it. But as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. We're going to have more to talk about. We've got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening between now and next week's episode. So please make sure you stay tuned. Keep an eye on our socials, especially if any new news comes out in regards to Vince McMahon or, anybody else, or if Scott D'Amore winds up landing somewhere, we'll definitely be updating that as well. So guys, I think this one person says it best for us to end the show tonight. Guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a good rest of your week. We will see y'all next week. We're gonna let Mr. Yeet take care of it for us tonight.
I'm out the bloodline. I'm out of SmackDown. I'm out of WWE. Deuces.